Good afternoon, everyone. I'm the Reverend Dr. Jacqui Lewis, and I have the great pleasure of being the senior minister of Middle Collegiate Church. I love going to work every day. I stand on the pulpit on Sunday mornings and look out at a congregation that I think looks like what heaven might be. Many-gendered, many sexual orientations, Christians of all varieties, Jewish folks, Muslims, atheists who become because they love the music. It's a really beautiful congregation. I'm a Christian who believes that there's more than one path to God, but I choose to follow the Christ. I follow Jesus, whose real name was Yeshua, I think, maybe Ben Joseph, I don't know. I follow a Jewish Palestinian rabbi whose mom was single, who was born into poverty, whose family had to escape to Egypt to save his life, whose family lived in occupation. So I follow a Palestinian Jew, born of a single mother, refugee, a person who in his very body was intersectional. Cain Hope Felder, Curtis DeYoung, and others would say he was an Afro-Semitic multicultural body. But in his body, all this diversity. That's why I choose that path. There's something about that that is compelling to me. The one I follow says that the people on the margins belong on the center, that those who are last will be first. And it's about flipping everything upside down. A rich person throws a party and invites all the people outside to come in. The reign of God, the shalom of God, the peace of God, Yeshua says, is like that. And so it was that on this weekend, on a particular Sunday, my multiculti congregation grew by another 300 who sojourned to come to talk about race, to talk about creating the world we want, to talk about revolutionary love. And even more diverse, therefore more juicy and delicious for me, was the room full of Unitarian Universalists now, and even more Muslims, and even more Jews, and even more varied Christians. But all of us pointing ourselves toward a dream for justice, a dream of healing. We talked about getting in the river of love, of revolutionary love. One of my wonderful staff helped us to create a prayer in motion. And what she meant by that was we literally put the people on the margins in the center of the room, in the center of the sanctuary, on the center of the pulpit. There were the trans people. There were the same gender-loving couples. There were the people of color. There were my Muslim and Jewish colleagues standing in the center. And those of us with power, those of us with access, those of us not on the margins, surrounded them with our love and prayed to a song called Love is an Action. Love is an action, a verb, not just a word, something to do, a revolutionary thing to do. And what does the revolutionary love look like? It looks like speaking truth, not only to power, but to each other. It looks like risking being politically incorrect to be candid. It looks like two Black Lives Matter activists on the pulpit talking to two police officers, saying really scary things to each other in public, but doing it to model revolutionary love. I don't get to tell you who to vote for, but I want to ask you to think about the world you're dreaming about. I'm dreaming about a world where what happens on Sundays in my congregation happens in congregations all over the globe. I'm dreaming about a world where what happens in my congregation happens in communities all over the globe. That neighborhoods celebrate the varied diversity, the cobbler that's a Muslim, and the baker that's a Jew, and the teacher that's a Christian, and the trans babysitter, and all of us get in the river of revolutionary love together. Ask yourself, on the precipice of a new administration, what kind of world are you dreaming about? And then vote Vote with your moral courage for that world. Vote for a world more full of love than fear. Vote for a world more full of faith than fear. Vote for the world for which you dream. Thank you.